Hi, everybody. Welcome. I'm here with Tina G. She's an energy healer based in Los Angeles. She's a graduate of the Lionheart Institute of Transpersonal Energy Healing, and she works with individuals and groups, and specifically with intuitive empaths and sensitives, people that have gifts in those areas and are looking for support to hold clear, healthy boundaries and really own those gifts. And she's here today to tell us a little bit about her journey growing her healing practice with the support of thriving healers. And I'm really excited to hear all the wisdom that's going to come out now. Hey, Tina, thank you so much for taking the time and sharing your story with us.
Yeah, my pleasure, Julie. I'm happy to be here.
Cool, thanks. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about before you started Thriving Healers. Where were you? What was going on in your work? What were you frustrated with? What was maybe not working for you yet?
Yeah, so before I started Thriving Healers, I was still finishing my program for healing school. Although I was beginning to charge a little bit for healing sessions, but that was by donation only. And the funny part of that is I had no idea what that meant. Like, how much should I charge for donation? So it was really low, like $40 or $50 maybe.
Wow.
And those are for friends or acquaintances and people that knew I was going through healing school. So that's where I was when I found you guys. And one thing that I want to add is that I was really excited that this was something that I could actually charge a lot more for, because the way I was going, if I hadn't known about this training, my biggest fear was I was going to end up with a cardboard box on Venice Beach where they said like a healer donation, something like that. And I did not want to be that person.
No. And what was it that you were like, what was your deep desire for your healing work? Obviously being able to make money at it sounds like it, but what was it that at that time your goal, your desire was?
Yeah, my goal and desire, the most important thing was, number one, to be a professional healer that was taken seriously and that I could express my gifts in the way that I was trained. It was really deep and transformative. Also, providing for my family, because I have 3 kids, and I was able to make a room in my home for an office. And so my vision included just being able to be here for my kids and also earn an income, because I'd been a stay-at-home mom for 10 years by then.
Wow. Yeah. So that's a big part of your particular transformation, was moving from stay-at-home mom to not just like getting back into work, but actually your own business, right? Like that's a big leap, a big shift.
A huge leap, because previous to kids, I worked outside the home as a teacher, and I knew like I couldn't sustain that kind of lifestyle with my kids as the one that takes care of them all of the time. So, I mean, this was actually ideal, perfect, and at the perfect time. I didn't know it then. I really didn't know where it would go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so cool. What was the aha moment when you knew you wanted to join Thriving Healers? And what were some of like your decision-making factors? Like, what was it about, that process that you were like, this makes sense for me?
Well, for one, it made sense because I could do it remotely through Zoom, the training that it was a lot of exhaustion and pressure for me to travel to healing school back and forth. So I was happy that I could do this, from my home. The structure of the community, I mean, it's become like a surrogate family for me now. The community part really appealed to me. And of course, I knew you and Jonathan already through the healing school and healing network and stuff. So I trusted you guys already. That was great. And I just remember the part in the call where you named all the benefits and all the things that we were going to work on, and that it would be for sure that I could start making money as a healer and be able to have my own business. And you were confident in that, and it made me feel like excited. I was like, yeah, I could do this, and they're asking me to do this, and it's possible.
Yeah, cool. Before we go on to the next question, I'll edit this little part out, but I'm hearing something like a crackling or like something hitting something, and I don't want it to, I don't know what it would be. You don't have headphones on. Oh, you do have headphones on. Is it like something hitting the mic here, maybe? Sometimes that
Yeah.
happens.
Yeah, it's hitting my shirt probably. Let me move it and see if it helps. Does that help if I
Oh,
move
yeah.
is that better?
Yeah, sometimes I still hear it, but only actually when you just moved, so.
You want me to take out the headphones?
No, it's good now, actually. I mean, you would kind of like went if I move, but you're not going to like do this probably.
Try not
If
to.
you do, it's just going to be for a second. Cool.
If you want to edit, if you want me to repeat anything, it's okay if you have to edit it
Okay.
out.
No, that will be fine. Um, okay. We're doing great. You're doing awesome. um, okay. So, what were some of the things? I mean, you just shared a little bit about what had you joining Thriving Healers. What were some of the key things that made the biggest difference for you in terms of the learnings or the coaching and support in Thriving Healers?
The first thing is how to actually talk to people about what I do, because I was around people all the time at my kids' school, so that was a really good place to practice. Is learning what it would be like to say what I do and how I could help somebody, and attract them into what's called an enrollment conversation. And I'd never learned that piece. I've never even heard of it before, so that was really powerful. And at the same time, it's probably having the supervision place where I was building the confidence and the willingness to actually take on these calls and express myself to people that, oh, this is what I do. I'm here for you, that type of thing. I probably would have been very shy and not as confident before if I hadn't learned how to approach somebody about my work.
And when you started doing that, how did it go? Like, was it as scary as you thought, or like, what were those conversations like?
It was actually really natural, probably because the cool thing about being a healer is that I'm fully present. And when I hear the complaint or the pain of somebody that I actually work with, I'm able to drop in and really listen. And so when the person would ask me, oh, what do you do? I would just say, I help caretaking people or empaths or sensitive people, make a change in their lives, set boundaries, give to themselves. Oh, that's me. And it was so great. I easily attracted one client in particular that I remember. And I remember she paid me in cash for the entire package at once. And I was elated. I was like, wow, this is fantastic.
Yeah. Yeah. Amazing. What specific challenges or problems did Thriving Healers resolve for you in your business?
Technology. So we have the opt-in page that we do, which is a really great way to advertise for your free class. And I had so much anxiety over that, although I was excited that it's built in as part of the program so that you can have the class, have your clients, build your program. But I was scared to death of it. And I remember it was over the holiday season a couple years ago or something. And I just said, I'm just going to work on this. I think I could do this. And I did. And I did it. And the feedback was great. It was beautiful. And that's a huge one because I support some of the new cohort members now. And they're, that's always a hurdle. So it's fun to know I could do that.
Yeah. So cool. Yeah. You did it. Now you're getting great with technology.
Sort of.
Yeah, I see it happening. Okay, so tell me, like, what are the biggest, like, what would you say are some of the accomplishments that you're most proud of that perhaps were supported by the community, by Thriving Healers?
There are so many, first building the practice, making it real, having a flow of one-on-one clients, learning how to sustain that, learning how to attract more, learning all the, the tools and the things that are available here in order to do that. There's many ways to do it. And finally, building my group program. So I have a meetup, which attracts clients in my niche. and at a venue here in Los Angeles. And then we've created a group, a paid group, 10 weeks long around these particular people. And that took me probably longer than the average cohort member to do. It's just being as sensitive as I am, it was just daunting to go and be in the public and have people come towards me. But it's been really good. It's been challenging, so it's not been super easy. But actually doing it, I'm really proud of that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's incredible. Got your own group program for sensitives. It's so cool.
Yeah. And they're wonderful people. So this is an in-person one. We may go online later or something, but it's just wonderful to be in the room with people like me, and I'm just a little, ahead of them a little bit to be able to guide them. So yeah,
it's great. You've shared this in different ways, but if you look back to where you started and you were doing the donation basis, like in terms of tangible results, what does it look like now? I know you have a group. I heard you say you have a steady flow of clients, but just like, is your income different because of that? Like, what's the actual tangible result?
income is totally different because of that. As a matter of fact, I was able to take my kids on vacation earlier this summer to see my family. And how I did that was that I just priced my one-on-one clientele as 3-month packages for $2,000. And, I enroll maybe a handful of clients in that program, and then also doing the group program, which for each individual, I think it's $3,500 for the group program. So I remember initially when I started the program, I increased my income by 40% or something like this. So it went up, and then it kind of evened out as I got used to what I was doing. And now it's flowing, and I want it to grow more. So I'll be honest. I want it to grow more, but I feel secure. The biggest thing is I know how to generate income. If there's anybody in my shoes that was in a position of relying on somebody else or being, an at-home parent or whatever the heck it is, I feel really secure that I know how to do this. This is mine. I can generate income. I can grow it as big as I want. I can take breaks, whatever it is. It's really a powerful feeling.
Yeah, so powerful. And I was going to ask that, like, as a mom, how has this changed your life as a mom?
Oh, that just makes me go right into my heart because my kids are amazing. It's changed my life as a mom, and that I can provide for my children. They see me doing what I love. I'm right here in the home for them, so they're just in the next room or part of the house. They're really good. I said I would not cry on this thing. They're super proud of mom. Mom helps people, and they tell their friends at school, and their friends' parents. So I, just feel proud. Feel proud that I'm able to do this. If the car breaks down, no problem. Mom, mom's working, and it's not like it's unlimited or anything. It's still what it is. But that they don't see me like in the past. If something happened, I would panic. I would get upset. I would get worried. We had a certain amount of budget and this and that, and it's not that crazy anymore. It's not that tight.
Wow. Yeah. I'm hearing that you're modeling for them something that it feels so important that they receive, which is that you're taking care of you, you're doing the thing you love, and it helps you be available and support them. It's like a win-win.
Yes. So for sure that piece where I'm taking care of me, which is initially all I did is take care of them and not so much take care of me. And that's my niche that I'm attracted to. And that my children understand this so well that when I'm available for them, I'm really available for them. When I'm working or I'm doing self-care, they do their own things. They're getting older now and self-responsible, but they really get it. So the part where I've taught them now how to treat me has happened, and we have this nice understanding. So that was crucial.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. You're modeling like being an entrepreneur and a mom, which is, two big roles, and being with yourself in all of that. Yeah, it's cool. So if someone was, listening to you right now and they were maybe in a place that you've been or somewhere similar and they had this desire to really be a professional in their healing work, would you recommend Thriving Healers, and why?
Yeah, I mean, how could I not recommend Thriving Healers? I've been around for 3 years, so um, only great things have happened for me. First of all, it's an amazing community. The people here are kind, heart-centered, open, supportive. You and Jonathan each have your own expertise that you bring to hold us. And we get to be ourselves. So nobody's pushed. There's not a certain way you have to do it. It's in our own time. The growth can continue as long as you want. And I'd really, there's the modules and there's the videos, and the wonderful part of being able to watch and grow at your own pace. And you can't get it wrong. That's the beautiful thing, is there's not pressure and stress that you're going to get it wrong or you have to compete with anybody else. It just feels really good. And to me, if I'm going to invest in something like this, like a program like this, it has to feel like that to me, or I won't do it.
Yeah, absolutely. Awesome. Awesome. Is there anything else that you would want to communicate about your journey, or that you would want to share with people?
Yeah. I've noticed hanging out here so long, and now I'm working with people who are sort of budding healers in the rough. They don't exactly know that, but there's always a piece of, can I do this? Can I actually grow myself so much bigger that I could be the thing that I always wanted to be? I could live my purpose. I could take care of myself. I can do the work that I love. And the answer is yes. And I know there's a lot of limiting beliefs and, wounds that hold people back from that. I had it myself. I still do. I still deal with it. But just taking those steps, just being willing to step into that place of, this is possible for me, and let's see how I go. And that's what I tell my clients is, this is an opportunity for you to be the real you, for you to grow and expand in a way you may not realize. And it takes courage, and resourcefulness and self-responsibility and all kinds of things. But if I can do it, my God, yeah, there's a lot of people out there could also.
Yes. Awesome. Totally. I love that message, and I agree with you 100%. It brings me a follow-up question that comes to my mind, which is what was the difference for you doing it on your own and doing it with the support of a program like this?
You mean back when I was doing the donation-based type of thing?
Yeah, and I know that you were in Thriving Healers as you were kind of growing, also in your training. But I'm curious, what made the difference for you because you had the support of the program versus doing it on your own?
I had structure. I mean, I'm pretty good at that, but especially if it's not my expertise, I don't really know how to structure something like that that's going to be sustainable. So I had the structure was incredible. Knowing that it is right for you to make money as a healer, it's okay. You invest in your school, you invest in all of that, you give to so many people, and you have a right to make an income that serves you. And it's your business. So, a really wonderful thing.
Yeah.
There was one other thing that was coming. Let me see if I can retrieve it. Yeah, it doesn't have to look a certain way. It doesn't have to look like It doesn't have to look like what you were taught in healing school that a healer looks like and does. You don't have to be woo woo. You can be who you are. You're enough just with what you have to offer, and that you do have something to offer. And it's just a really authentic place. That's the place that I finally landed. I'm like, oh, that feels so great. Is that not modeling this after anybody else? My actual practice that I do with the work I do, it's me, it's my heart.
Yeah, amazing. That like it in the way that you've structured your healing practice with the 3-month programs, the groups. How do you find that structure, that model of where they commit to 3 or 6 months? How do you find that supports the client? Like, what's your experience of that?
It's been a tremendous experience because I did start out with only 6 sessions. So supporting my clients for 6 sessions for something like $1,000 to start. And we'd get around session 5 and they were just starting to peak, like just starting to get to the top of the mountain. And it wasn't enough. And they'd either have to sign on or go away and come back. And so it was serving them. They definitely got something out of it, but it wasn't serving them in a more complete, transformative way. And I just got off the phone yesterday with a client that said, yeah, it was around session 7 or 8 that I really started to make traction and everything started to click and everything started to come together. And she said, if I hadn't signed up for 12 sessions, I don't really know like where I would be, because it was really a complete, sure, there's more that she could do, but it was really complete enough where she was able to make the changes tangibly, get the results that she was looking for. And of course, she committed to that because, she committed to the amount and the time, and she showed up. And so that's what I notice. Occasionally, I might offer 6 sessions to somebody who's done a lot of this work, but really 12 or more is ideal.
Mm-hmm. Beautiful. Yeah, I think that's one of the big keys, that hearing someone else's experience of what their clients get when they switch from lower commitment to higher commitment is really powerful.
Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. I asked you this was like, is there anything else before we finish for today?
I don't think so. I just have only wonderful things to say. Generally, I'm really happy every day I wake up. Yes, I do have something to say. Every day I wake up, I'm happy with what I'm doing with my practice. There's nothing like having my own business. I'm thankful. I'm not unaware. I have gratitude that I don't have to get up and go to an office somewhere and shuttle my kids around or hire somebody for them, that I am creating this, and that motivates me every single day to keep going. I mean, what did they say? It's like the American dream, or it's whatever it is, but it really is when you can own your own practice and make an income. I think I've never felt anything like it. So I want to thank you for that. That's what I wanted present.
Thank you. Yeah, you're really, you're an inspiration to me. I've watched you from the beginning when you're in your training to now, and it's incredible to see you so in your power and doing what you love, and in your personal life and in your professional life. It's amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah. And thanks for taking the time and sharing with me and everybody who's going to watch this and benefit from learning from you.
Absolutely. You're welcome.
Okay.